fitness component, a group component where we've introduced a lot of new players, and a reinforcement of game rules. Well, we have an altitude room. So when you start this, which we have, and we've been in the altitude room, and we train at altitude and live at altitude, and you introduce altitude training through your pre-season, there's a massive benefit. We don't do it to waste time, money, effort. We do it because it's very, very good for you. It's proven, very well documentedly proven, and we're not the only code that uses it. We're not the only sporting industry that's using altitude. So we will take those benefits, and if someone else rejects it, well, that's up to them. We're not here for anyone else. We're here for ourselves. And as far as the scuttlebutt of those that choose not to use it and then condemn it, then we have scientific evidence that on the contrary. David's a disciple of it, and certainly introduced it to AFL football, but he was governed by other industries that chose to test it and test it for probably since the 60s. So we're talking 45, 50 years of scientific testing. No, we'll use it the way we feel it benefits all their players.
So in other words, you use it during the season?
Well, it's up to David how he uses it. So it's not every player will use it the same as someone else. Like Murph will be using it differently than say one of our junior players coming through. So look, I'm not here to explain away why we use it and how we use it. Just the simple fact is we use it, and it certainly hasn't hurt us in the past. Well, I guess if we went back 12 months ago, I didn't have a position on the ladder to say, well, this is going to be the pass market. What we have here is a expectation of no limits. Okay, so we're not limited by what people think or what people say or what people condemn us to. We have an opportunity to create what we want, an environment that is continually testing people, continually wanting people to enjoy the place for a start off, gain from it, gain as much as they can in terms of their professionalism, their friendship. We don't have to go past the spirit of Carlton to engender the very spirit of what we're after. We want people to understand that at the Carlton Football Club, coming to its 150th year, we step onto the treadmill and we step off it. And the Carlton Football Club was there well before us and be well and truly after us. But whilst we are stepping onto that treadmill, we want to leave an impression of professionalism and get the right culture. So that's what we've been doing in the last 12 months, and that's what we'll continue to do. And we'll keep striving to be as professional and and improve as much as we possibly can. It's an evolving team. Like every year, we can't escape the fact that the AFL next year will say the same things as they've done over the last 10, 15 years. You must change your list by a minimum 3 players. So are you satisfied with your 50? Are you 44 players? Of course we are. We believe that the 44 will serve us well, but at the end of the day, it just keeps changing. And it's a changing environment as you play in too, because this year we've seen Hawthorn play Fremantle, one of the best offensive sides, one of the best defensive side. Next year it'll take different shape again, or in 2014 it'll take different shape again after that. So you're continually evolving. You can't be pig-headed about this game. You can't just think that this is the program you bring in and it stays that way. Pig-headedness gets you nowhere. You've got to have enough dignity to swallow your pride at certain points and go, okay, we need to subtly change certain structures, have different opinions about players, play them in different roles, give them leadership, and see the place grow. And that's the most important thing, is that we come away at the end of the year with a life balance, come away highly professional and never satisfied, always striving. Michael Osborne, yeah, well, again, that changes very rarely. That doesn't change either. It's circumstance. People move on, people move around, people move back into other industries, and you're continually being tested in regard to what type of staff you want. The most important thing is that you have trust. It's built on trust, and the people I have around me as senior coaches or assistant coaches, whether it be in the conditioning area or the football area, I'm delighted to have. There's about 30 odd players going, so if you do the arithmetic, I guess that means 10 to 12 won't be going for varying reasons.
Yeah, the boys really enjoyed it last year. Obviously, last year was a new coach, and this year it'll be good for the new guys to get to know, obviously, the guys that have been here before. But yeah, I'm looking forward to going over personally. I didn't get to do too much over there last year, so I'll be running and training over there, so I can't wait to get over there. Knee's really good. Been running for about a month now, so about 2 or 3 months ahead of where I was last year, which is good. Yeah, and as Mick said, it's not about challenging yourself physically over in Arizona. It'll be about developing ourselves as people as well, and about developing leadership. So I can't wait to get over there and grow with that, and then looking forward to obviously the Christmas break and getting stuck back into it again. Oh, well, yeah, getting a good base is critical, especially when you're playing in the midfield and you're coming up against obviously the fittest blokes at opposition clubs. Yeah, missing out on that 2 or 3 months prior to Christmas last year. Yeah, it definitely hurt me personally, and I think I'm getting on top of it. Time will tell, but yeah, as I said, already probably 2 or 3 months ahead of where I was this time last year, which is good.
Well, yeah, well, you can do everything. We're doing a lot of things in stages. Marc wasn't out there for the whole training session. We will balance it up on being ready for the round one, and that's so important that we, you know, someone said before about Matthew Cruiser. Matthew, we try to get him up for that finals game, and we've pulled him back now to get ready for round one, and we're doing the same with a lot of senior players. Chris Judd wasn't out there, or if he was only out there for a limited amount of time. It's the whole football concept of everyone starts in let's say December and gets there by mid-March is incorrect. You stagger starts, you stagger training regimes, you stagger how hard some blokes train, what sort of running blokes need. The younger players, they shouldn't probably play any more than 14 to 15 games a year. They've during their junior years, and I'm saying the draftees, they could have played 30 games. Far too many. And one of the common things about football clubs is that by the end of the year you run out of players because you are constantly under that pressure. We don't want to run out of players. We want to have our player group evenly spread so they can play the best football they can over the whole year. Some that means holding back, some means a staggered start. You were talking about Chris's Dale Thomas. Dale's been, I think he's done 8 pre-seasons, or same as you, if I say about 8 pre-seasons. Chris Judd's done 10 to 12. Scotland's done 15. Young Paddy Cripps is in his first. It's madness to suspect that we should push them all together and they'll all pop out the same at the other end. They won't. So you've got to be patient and guided by the experts in getting these players ready for round one and having them ready, if you're good enough, by round 22 to go into that game and be ready for finals. It's not that easy, juggling 30 roles to 18-year-olds, 1 pre-season to 15 pre-season. So you've got to be careful. We wouldn't be picking a player that couldn't tick the boxes, and he's ticked all those that need to be ticked at this stage.
Last question.
He'd be very, very good for our football club. Well, he's come in as a backup ruckman, under no illusions whatsoever. He is a drafted rookie player who has been given it's not his third chance. He was drafted by Brisbane, and Collingwood got him as a trade. So this is his second chance, and he's now got the opportunity, if things fall his way, that he'll play senior football. Personally, it's one of those things you hope doesn't happen, because we don't want our ruckman falling over. But you've got to have a safety net. Getting back to what we're talking about, you must have a safety net in regard to having 44 players. He is we believe, the best ruckman outside the AFL system. He's experienced, he's played 50-odd games or more, and has played finals. So we see him as a player that can, one, help our young kids. Two, if something does happen, we know he can ruck. So we go in with a mindset that we've got a good backup player there. And he's delighted to be part of that.